love rock and roll. Hello, guys. Welcome to one more episode of Talking Times. I'm here with Luís Pires today. We're gonna have a nice chat about music, rock and roll, having a band, and I hope you guys rock nerds help us today, okay? Right after our podcast intro. Luís, welcome, man.
Hello.
Nice to have you here again.
Nice to be here again.
Okay, in a nutshell, okay, don't give too many spoilers, but what has changed since your last appearance here?
For sure. Oh, first of all, the name of the band, because in the first time I came here, our band was called 𝗧𝗹𝗺𝗶𝗺𝗀 𝗂𝗏, and now it is called 9 Lives Left.
Mm-hmm. Take notes. 9 lives left.
Mm-hmm. For the students who are here, lives with a V or with an F.
Ah, okay. Good. Okay, and this is related to the cat's logo. What's the story of the name?
For sure. Oh, it's just the cat as our guitar player. He has two.
Oh, it's a real cat.
He's a real cat. Okay. Yes. The cat logo is named Simba.
I had a cat named Simba once. Nice, man. Okay, let's start with the beginning then. So first, I don't know if I asked you on our last episode. If I did, guys, I'm getting old, so bear with me. You know, asking the same questions, blah blah blah. Watch the other episode and then you watch this one, and then you can say something. Why did you choose the bass, man, when you were deciding how to play an instrument to play?
For sure. At the time, I was already learning to play a keyboard. You know. And then, well, I went in a new instrument. I didn't want to drop the keyboard necessarily. And, well, I knew a lot of people who played the guitar already, the electric guitar. So I chose the bass because nobody played.
Oh, it was an offer and demand thing.
Basically that. Mm-hmm.
And when you started, did you intend already to have a band to play, like I will play this instrument because I want to have a band, or was kind of just happened?
Yeah, it just happened. Like I wanted to play something more. Yeah, I decided for the bass. I wasn't expecting somebody to choose me or to necessarily join a band. I just wanted to play something, and then, well, eventually I managed to find people who were interested in playing, right? So it worked out very well.
You mentioned that you have a long-term relationship with the guitar player, right?
For sure.
How did you guys meet?
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. Ever since the middle school.
Oh, similar what happened to me, man. One of my longest friends that we had a band together for years, he was the new guy at the school at the time, and it was the 5th grade. Oh, new story, you see. I'm not that old. The artistic class, it was something like this, you know, the art teacher. She liked to have like a small radio, and people could choose the songs. When I say people, like some students, it was always a 𝗀 or pop, Backstreet Boys, or is the 𝗀 at the time was a trending group in Brazil, you know? Go down in the little mouth of the bottle, blah 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 blah. You know, this is the 𝗀. He was sitting next to me, you know, and then I said, "Oh man, again this." We should have some Metallica or Iron Maiden. He said, yes, Metallica, Iron Maiden. That's it. You know, we share the same neuro and friends forever. How difficult it is, Luís, in your perspective, to find somebody that you have the same vibe to form a band? Because I don't know, for me it's very tough, you know.
This is a very good question. Well, it is statistically difficult, I must say. It's statistically difficult when you start to think about it, but I was lucky, you know. Ever since I started to play, I was in 2 schools before college. You know, I was in 2 schools, and I always found someone, at least one person, who managed to managed to, who liked the stuff I like as well, you know, or was in the same sphere, because as we know, rock has many styles, right?
It's almost like a coach, one recognizes the other.
Exactly. And even though we might have a favorite style, each person has its own favorite style, but these styles, these spheres, they kind of talk to each other, you know.
Yes, yeah, that's something that is interesting, because at this time, when I was a teenager, the beef was traditional heavy metal heads having a beef with maybe the grunge guys. But then they kind of got together and had a beef with the new metal guys. So people that was into Pearl Jam, Bush, Nirvana, they maybe had a beef with, like, I don't know, the thrash metal guys. Then when Korn, Limp Bizkit, you know, what's the name of them, Deftones, this type of bands started to be, Tool was a little like that at the beginning. They said, oh, what is this? It's like hip hop with metal, like the purists, you know, sacrilege. And then after some times, we had the emo rock, and then everybody got together again versus the emo, you know.
For sure.
I miss those times, man, you know, because one of the questions that I saw here is about some people say that rock is dead. I'm going to change, because I imagine I know your answer, but I'll change. Do you think rock is dead in Brazil because it's only these radio-friendly songs and something like that?
This is a very nice question. I believe rock was more popular in Brazil before. It was way more popular than it is today. But no, it isn't that. It is niched.
Oh, it's like a subcultural thing. No,
for sure. People who they really like, they go to shows. By the way, not only big shows, they support the local artists, you know.
Makes sense. What was the big rock band, when I say big in terms of, I don't know, a lot of concerts, songs playing on the radio was... No, I refuse to say that. But I was thinking of Banda Malta. What happened? I'm not joking. Like, okay, we had the bands like maybe 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗏, a lot of songs playing the radio.
For sure.
They're still active, I think, right? I don't know. Is 𝗧𝗶𝗺 still active? You guys can help us. But I don't know. And I'm not even a big fan, but I don't remember seeing it on there. For example, Legião Urbana or Mamonas for me was something that was the biggest rock thing that I saw, because I was very young. I was a kid. And I don't know, families were kind of listening together. People that were not into rock, they would buy a Mamonas Assassina CD because the song was in Gugu or Faustão, and they liked one or two songs and they got the album, you know. It was insane, man. I've never seen something like that.
I would say Mamonas will be unmatched for a very long time, because they mixed a rock with Brazilian vibe. It's not even Brazilian music, it's Brazilian vibe.
Yeah, it's true. The lyrics would be extremely unpopular today.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even that. Aside from the content of the lyrics, their music style and their proposal with how they present themselves. If somebody, even though they go through a completely different angle, you know, mixing all their musical styles, but still putting some how can I say, comedical lyrics, you know, people will still look at that and say, yeah, rip off, you know. Maybe they might change a lot of their sound identity, but they will look at it and say, yeah, well, Mamonas already did that.
This is another thing that is tough in not only in music, but in arts in general, to the originality thing. So sometimes it's, I don't know if you agree with this, it's better not try to be 100% original, but 100% authentic. Okay, we sound like this band because we love this band, but it's our own songs now. Maybe I thought 𝗧𝗍𝗃 von Fleet, that is sounds like Led Zeppelin a little bit, you know.
A little bit.
Yeah, but okay, this is their own thing, you know. Or when 𝗧𝗹𝗵𝗱, you mentioned grunge. Remember 𝗧𝗹𝗵𝗱 when they started?
Sure.
It was 3 kids from Australia, but people say, oh, they're trying to be a Nirvana. When you listen, it doesn't sound like Nirvana.
I agree. They are not so Nirvana. You can see the influence, but I mean, they're grunge.
Exactly, 3 guys, and it was way heavier, you know. And Daniel Jones, he had a complete different style too. It was another vibe, you know, another vibe. So, as a band, you know, from within, what do you think is a good way to do your own stuff in a way that you guys feel comfortable? Because a lot of bands, the fans complain sometimes, even the members complain that they were sold, you know, they sold out to the industry or to sell CDs, and then they lost the passion. So what should a band do to keep playing and producing stuff in a way that they feel comfortable?
This is another very good question, because in the end it depends on the band and consequently each member's objective with the band, you know, because sometimes let's say one of the feedback you receive is that you look a lot, not the appearance, you look a lot like these artists, ex-artists, you know. And well, it depends. Was that your intention, or was that just how you play, how you perform?
Okay, yeah.
Sometimes it's just a consequence, and that's okay. I mean,
you feel inspired by some musician, and you eventually kind of not copy, but how can I say this? Because copy sounds like I will try to do this exact thing the way they do. You absorb something that they do because it's cool, or
you absorb like sometimes it's not even a conscious choice of yours, choice of yours. Sometimes it just happens to be the style that you play, and sometimes you might have even clear influences in mind, but then people just say you look like this other guy you never considered. Oh, that's true, but it was an accident, and that's okay. Like I don't feel bad by being compared, because
normal,
just
right?
The ways, considering the way I and my band players play, I know for sure we are just being ourselves.
This is important too. Another challenge too is I don't know, in the case of the band that I had, we kind of had this conversation that is very uncomfortable. Are we going to do this for fun? Like, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to study, I'm going to have a job. This is going to be like a plan C. We do as a hobby for fun. Eventually, if we get some money out of it or whatever, nice, but it's not the goal, you know, the aim of this thing. Or no, we're gonna drop everything else and focus 100% in the band. That's the decision the parents love, by the way. So did you guys have a conversation like this, or?
We never had a straight up conversation like, would we drop off everything and just live by the profits of the band, you know, because we all have our own jobs as well, you know, and just because we don't live out of it, it doesn't mean it's not important to us.
Exactly, makes sense. And internet helps a lot today, because for example, there goes. 20 years ago, you had to distribute flyers, you know, pamphlets and stuff like this. Oh, there's going to have this event. Nowadays, it's one post. With social media, it's easier to reach more people. You have, by the way, is your band on Spotify?
It is.
What's the Spotify?
Also, 9 Lives Left.
Okay, go there after this episode and follow us there too. By the way, it's talking times, right? Okay, so is important, but this will kind of direct how the band will be in the future. Example, if you need to change your style to become more commercial, but this could help you sign with a label, for example. If you are doing this as plan A, you will totally do it. For example, I'll give imagine, I don't know, some people complain that Metallica or, I don't know, Green Day changed a lot to their style during the years, over the years. But maybe you do this because this type of music is reaching a new public, or something like that. If you do just because it's something that you enjoy doing, you will not give a fuck. Like, I don't want to be popular. I just want to do my own thing, So you guys would be somewhere in the middle, maybe?
Yeah, I would say somewhere in the middle. Considering that what we did when we recorded the album, nothing really big happened. It was more some musical advices we had from our producer, and I don't remember if we talked about the album right here live. So yeah, but this is something that did it wasn't a problem for me. Let's say to do some incremental changes. Essential changes, well, I would need to see what changes are we talking about, you know?
Okay. Because, for example, in our case, our first album we recorded in English. And it was really bad for the music scene here because all the bands that were kind of showing up and having, I don't know, songs on MTV, but when it used to be a music channel, they were in Portuguese. And then our friend, that he was not our producer at the time, he said, guys, forget the songs in English. Do an album in Portuguese, We had like 10 songs in English that we spent, 2 years. There's a song that I wrote when I was, 19 years old with a friend. But we love this song so much. We need to use them. And we ended up recording the first album like this. Years later, we recorded the album only with songs in Portuguese. So, for example, but this was maybe 15, 20 years ago. Nowadays, do you think it's possible for a Brazilian band that sings in English have a solid audience, and keep doing this, or no, you have to adapt these as well?
Also very nice question. And for example, because you mentioned a very specific case of let's not focus on English lyrics, let's focus on Portuguese lyrics. And coincidentally, our band also composes with English lyrics. We didn't change that yet. We never received a purpose to change in that regard, and I still don't. And I don't think. I don't know if it would be a problem necessarily. We're going to we received an offer from a big company that deals with music, but we need to stop doing Portuguese, stop doing English, and we need to start composing in Portuguese. Well, I don't think it would be a problem in the sense that do it or not do it is a matter of authenticity. I think it would be more a matter of we need help now because we're not used to it.
Man, it's very weird. It's very, at the beginning, it sounds like two different bands. If you listen one song in English from the first album, in my case, and the other, for me it was very cringe. I don't know, I couldn't find the words, and in English was so much easier. But eventually you adapt, and this is the thing. So if you guys ever, for some bizarre reason, decide to write one song like this, and then you guys listen and see, this is a nice place that we could go. If not, no, it sounds weird. Just leave it there and like a bonus thing, It's an interesting path. Okay, what made you fall in love with rock and roll? What's your story? What was the first contact you had, and how did it change you?
Contact happened ever since I was born, essentially.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. My father is a musician as well. He plays the drums. He also plays a little guitar, like acoustic guitar, although it's not his main instrument, if I can say like that. But he has his own house, and on his house there's a lot of posters from many rock artists, like and like Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, and so on. He always explained to me from 60s and the very 60s and 70s. He always explained to me who they are. He told me his stories, I don't know, and like I think it's something very how can I say, childlike wonder, because he like the stories were fascinating. I mean, rock stars have fascinating histories.
Yeah, they are very close to heroes in a way. Some villains too, or some anti-heroes, but yeah.
I mean, villains, and also not only that, like the phenomena itself of what happens to their lives, like especially and unfortunately their deaths. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Imagine being 8 years old and just being told, oh yeah, this guy, he was murdered. Oh yeah, this guy, he exploded his own head. Oh yeah, this guy.
Or 𝗧𝗹𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗻, the guy that he went to prison. I know he murdered someone like this.
Yes, exactly.
I hope his fans, they're as dangerous as the BTS fans, if you say something bad about them.
BTS is more dangerous.
Yeah, it is. But the problem is, I heard the song, I forgot, it was not 𝗬𝗎 𝗺𝗫. What's the name of the
𝗬𝗎.
𝗬𝗎. Man, it was so bad. I'm sorry if it's your thing. I don't mean no disrespect, but it sounded like a sprinkler, the drum, like...
Yes.
Was like this.
It is more high-pitched. Yes, exactly.
Like a pig. By the way, I can do that, you see? Chat from Jessica here. Teacher Luís! Because she says like that. Missing your classes, one of the best teachers at times idiomas.
Thank you.
Nice. Talking about the class, then we go back to rock and roll influence. What has changed between among you student classes after your first podcast here?
Oh, nice question. Some students commented about it after the class. It was very coincidental, my first one, because it was on March 26th last year.
Okay.
And it's easy for me to remember this date because March 27th is my birthday.
So delayed happy birthday. 1.5 years later. No.
You skipped.
Yeah. I am not late. I am forward. I am in advance from the next one. Don't worry. So, okay. And do you mentioned the special class that was about what is art, right? When you were recording another something else. Don't pay attention to this. You will see. But what are your favorite classes here, man?
My favorite classes here.
For example, do you have classes involving these rock and roll stars and stuff like this? Because every teacher, we like to bring a little piece of us, and share.
For sure.
So what are yours here?
Yes, I never brought something like from my personal life per se. I brought a lot. Obviously, I brought a lot of my interests, and I have touched this subject already. I love linguistics. I research about other languages in my free time. And I did linguistics and literature. Yeah, I think that's the best English adaptation I can do, because we don't say letters in English. I did linguistics and literature in the college. So, and the magic about doing that is that you can spend hours talking about languages that you don't even know how to formulate a basic phrase about it.
Oh, interesting. Every time somebody tells me something like this, I remember Tolkien,
For sure.
The passion, creating his own language. And then going back to music, I think about Blind Guardian too. The talking about Lord of the Rings. Before it was cool, we were talking about the Mamonas phenomena, and I thought, I would like to know, what is your opinion? This is something they ask. I saw people asking 𝗧𝗹𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗶 from Angra. What is your opinion about 𝗧𝗃ration?
𝗧𝗃ation. I love 𝗧𝗃ation.
Parody, you know, it's a sketch band, it's a real band. How do you see?
I love 𝗧𝗃ation. It was on one of my first shows when I wasn't even considering liking rock. Actually,
Nice.
I saw on the anime fest that happens on Liceu, you know.
Oh, this I remember. I didn't go, but I remember. The drummer there was a rumor that 𝗧𝗹𝗵𝗱𝗃𝗧 would play a concert with them once. Yeah, something like this. Because the drummer was not the guy from Hermes and Renato, because he didn't play. And I remember he used to do like a Miguel, like enter, like, oh, I hurt my arm. It was something like this, right? And then they got another real drummer with a mask, something like that, you know. Man, the first time I saw Hermes and Renato doing that was the pira, pira, piro, you know, this type of thing. I cannot think about that. Focus. And then there was the 𝗧𝗹𝗵𝗱, you know, that was the 𝗧𝗃ration thing, 𝗧𝗹𝗵𝗱, you know, stuff. And after some time, people saw like just a gag, but this is actually cool. You guys should have a band like this. And it happened. It sounded like an episode of, you know, South Park.
That's true.
It makes a lot of sense what you said. Is a niche thing. Because if you think, I saw 𝗧𝗃ation as the Mamonas from metal, you know, like
for sure.
A joke, they look like characters, but Bruno Sutter, he's a very good singer. You know, he's not just a comedian. He knows how to sing. He knows how to use these techniques and stuff. The other guys, I think they keep up to. They know how to play now. I don't know the drummer, but the others, I know they play.
Oh, and I mean, people can say whatever they want about the lyrics and such, but keeping that high pitch is not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. You need to know how to use a hedge voice. You know, it's a technique. Otherwise, you lose your voice in one song. You know.
𝗧𝗃?
Yeah, it's a good example. 𝗧𝗃, man, that's another thing. Let's put this. I will take a note here. Fans versus performance. Because you mentioned 𝗧𝗃, I can mention Sebastian Bach. One from Bruno Lionel Helsing. Hi, Mike and Luis. Do you think have your styles fit better in English? Lyrics, even though I like bands like Project 46, I feel is okay. I cannot see the rest of the comment. Okay, I feel it much easier to fit in English. You go first, man.
I think this is a very nice question, actually, because honestly, this notion, not even this notion, but the sensation is much more of a sensation than a notion that certain languages are better for certain types of music. In my opinion, has more to do with exposition than anything else. We are just exposed to heavier music in English more than in Portuguese, and it feels strange when we listen in Portuguese. I don't know if there's something inherent in the acoustic of the language, if that makes sense, like you know, but at the same time, maybe the fact that we understand effortlessly, if it is not a guttural sound, guttural vocal, sometimes we don't, but the fact that we don't understand the lyrics effortlessly, it might be strange for us. Like, in English, you need to think about it, and sometimes there are, especially if there are metaphors, you need to really think about what he said, and then, oh, I got what he says now, and the song became even better. Like, and I will do a little confession here. When I was still learning English as well, and when I was already a rocker, and I learned from the first time, not even the deep meaning, but the lyrics itself. When I understand the lyrics of Rainbow in the Dark from Dio, I cried.
That's beautiful. That's nice, man. I was thinking here, I agree with you. I think when you listen to this heavier song, they normally come from European countries. It depends on the more extreme styles of metal. A lot of bands from Norway, you know, or even United States, Australia. But when we started to sing in Portuguese, my fear, if I can say that, is like we had this kind of style and said, oh, I don't want to sound like Biquíni Cavadão, for example, like completely different. Or Matanza, like, ela roubou meu caminhão, something like this, And so, and then it clicked. We are so used to this style in that language. For example, even power metal. Imagine if I say something like this: the dragon flies away. Now imagine in Portuguese, o dragão voou embora. It sounds so weird because I don't know. You associate a high pitch in Portuguese, maybe sertanejo, galopé,
For sure.
This type of stuff.
Yeah, and this is another interesting topic: translation.
Yes,
Because we all know when we translate things in any media, not only songs, but even movies. And it was a very interesting debate in the 2010s, especially but the movie in English and the movie and the adaptation in Portuguese, they are so different. Why? Because for commercial reasons.
it doesn't click. Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be, otherwise it wouldn't sell. It would be strange if we just did a direct translation.
Yeah, a lot of movies would be very, very weird. Very weird. To be fair, there is, for example, I guess, Glória is a band that is kind of a metalcore, completely in Portuguese. And I knew the singer, me. If you ever watch this, me, shout out to you. He knows how to sing in a way, but the songs were kind of about depression, heartbroken stuff, but you have to be careful with the words you select in Portuguese, so it doesn't sound cheesy, But I think it can be done. It's not impossible. But yeah, if for example, have you guys ever seen? There is I think it's a Japanese group. They sing it pagode in Portuguese. Have you guys ever seen this crazy mix? So yeah, anything's possible. You just need to get used to it, right? And if you are doing like those vocals, I mentioned power metal, but those that you scream a lot too, it doesn't make a lot of difference because like so.
You need to read if the lyrics
On the cell phone.
Yeah. Or those bands that you cannot read the logo, they do it on purpose. The more extreme is the band, the harder it is to read the logo.
Yeah.
It looks like a.
it could be written in what's the name? Cuneiform that you.
Yeah, it would be something like that. Yeah. So we were talking about the vocals things. One thing that I remember the movie Rockstar, with Mark Wahlberg, I guess.
Oh yes, it's like a serious movie, quote unquote, with a guy that enters in a band that is like it was like a glam band, I don't know, and then in the
raw, stand up and shout.
Yes, exactly.
That's a nice movie. By
Mike
the way.
Wahlberg was the vocalist, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's like this: you are a fan, and the band that you are a fan ask you to assume the lead vocals. Wow, what a dream. But the movie shows the backstage. And I remember a moment in the movie that is very nice, and you mentioned Axl Rose, I thought about Sebastian Bach. In the interview, the guy asked, okay, singer, I think his name is like Easy or something like this. What do you do to sing so well? And it's like, I do my vocal warm-ups every day. I do my singing. And the guy, you just fuck girls and drink whiskey because you have to be cool.
Sure.
And then these guys that we see like in a very famous bands, they do sometimes, 3 concerts in a row on the weekends, not sleeping well, so they don't recover. So let's be honest, a lot of them are on drugs, alcohol, and all of that.
Sure.
And they're human beings, so when they go to the studio, you are completely rest, you can do your best, you can sing, for example, in your highest performance.
Exactly.
But you cannot do your best. It's like asking a football player to do a hat trick every game 3 times a week, playing 3 times a week. It's impossible. But the fans don't give a fuck. If you pay a ticket, you go to a concert, and then you see your singer, like, you know, not so well, you say, ugh, live, this band sucks, you know, something like this.
And not only that, you can easily find like compilations online on YouTube of artists fainting because they didn't drink water properly in the middle of a presentation, you know.
That's true. And but I don't know, how can a band, in your perspective, cope with this? For example, we will do our best, but for example, I remember we had this conversation. For example, if you had to drop one pitch, you know, for example, of the song. So if live was like it would be like because it's better for the singer to sing or something like this, you know. A lot of bands, they do this, and some people complain, some people don't even notice, you know.
This is a very nice question as well, and to be honest, we actually not only had this conversation as we practiced some of the songs we have recorded in the album in the standard, and we dropped because it would be better for our guitarist and / vocalist. This is important. He plays and sings at the same time, you know. He already does a lot, so he suggested for some songs to do that, you know. And honestly, it sounds great, actually, and not only we approved, we liked the result, the sonority, the sound of it.
Yeah,
we just applied.
It sounds a bit heavier, so when you do that, it's very cool.
Especially for the songs we have already, the songs we didn't release yet from the album. So, because some songs are heavier. There are some songs there who are closer to stoner rock, you know. So.
Cool. How did you guys select which ones would be? Was you and the producer? It was like, this one has to go. This one we can release later. What was the process like?
This is a very nice question, because originally we had 10 songs ready. Then he checked everything. We have recorded some songs, and then he looked at one of our songs. By the way, the song would give the name of the album, and he said, "This one doesn't fit." And
you guys were like, "No, it's my favorite." No, it's okay.
It was okay. We got more desperate because we need to find a substitute. Okay, and we were very successful about that, because not only we found a substitute, we found 2.
Nice.
We found 2.
Yeah, and what is the one that you recorded the music video?
No, but it's the same. No. I was about to say it was the same vibe, but actually, the song we cut it off. That was the same vibe as the music video. This one was a miracle because it was kind of a different vibe. I told you before we started to record, like, the video, the music is the most different. The music video you saw, this is the most different song, the most different track we have in this new album that is going to come up. But we were very lucky because it still fits in the album, the overall narrative of the album.
Nice. And in general, this specifically, you mentioned the topic of the song is about kind of, it's about losing yourself. Clank, 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 clank. No, but it's about losing your own identity because you are in a relationship.
Exactly.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, the song, I mean, it is by the way, a very old song already for us. It was way before the band started, the band we have right now. It was when we were playing, like, it was more aimless band, you know. Before we played because we liked with some friends that are not even in the band anymore. And then eventually the originally it's not only about that. It's not only about erasing yourself to fit in a relationship, and it was also about just be like having someone that understands you, like.
That's nice. It's kind of how can I put it? Like a canon event. It's a big human endeavor Find somebody that meets your craziness in a way that you can do stuff together, live together. Yeah, I get it, and it's a nice topic because people from all ages they can relate.
Exactly.
It's interesting. And can you share a little bit? What are the topics of other songs in the album?
What are the topics of other song in the album? There is a song that we might release a single that is about recording. It's about the life of a band in general. There is another song which is about handling people we love, but they don't treat us right.
Okay.
It's kind of complementary with this other song I showed you. Oh, by the way, we didn't introduce the song. By the way, we have a song called No Dance in our channel, 9 Lives Left. and this we have a video clip. We have a video clip about this song.
After we finish here, you guys go there, check it in, subscribe, and give a like. Okay, one person here in the studio is already doing that.
Exactly.
So, all right. This is another nice topic too, because sometimes it can be a person in your family, that I respect, but we are very different, and people from work. Nice. So you guys are focusing more in kind of, how can I say, human emotional conflicts and everyday situations in a way. Nice.
Exactly. I would say there's one song that the instrumental fits, but that the thematic is more nostalgic, especially for all of us now, but especially for our guitarist, because he used to live either in São Paulo or in Campinas and such. Basically, is a song. The name is about the city of São Paulo. The song, and we have a very interesting proposal.
It's a very polluted song with a lot of. I'm joking.
We have an interesting proposal with this song, which is the following. It is relatively short.
Okay.
In the track, but we always do. This song is already old in our live presentations, by the way. We always extend it because we do improvs with this song.
This is cool.
And this improv in the live show, we are going to extend a lot the time as a reference to the traffic jam.
Traffic jam. We are jamming in a different way. Nice pun. Okay. Before I forget, and this is kind of important, where can people see you guys? You mentioned YouTube, but if people want to watch you guys live, where should they go? Or you're not doing concerts yet? How is the agenda? If they want to hire you and to perform, what should they do?
For sure. I mean,
it's important. Come on.
Hiring us to perform, very simple. You can contact us directly in Instagram. Okay. There we will definitely answer. But yeah, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have Spotify. We are not doing a lot of live presentations recently. Each one of us have been very busy in our personal lives. For each one of us with our own personal reasons, but that's it.
This is something that is very important too. Like I mentioned that I talked to my friends, that my cousin actually, the bass player. Let's do it again, even if we rehearse once a month. Eventually, we do something. When you do it without pressure, it's so cool, because something comes up. We could go there. So it is healthier too. The band becomes not like an obligation, but something, a stress relief and your artistic way to put it out, all the stuff that is inside. It's amazing, man. There is a comment here that answering the dragon thing. If you sing o Dragão Foi Embora, it will automatically become a sertanejo brega song. Yeah, it sounds like that. Okay, tell me again. I asked you about your favorite album of all time.
For sure.
Yeah.
I would say, and I said, and I continue with that, Paranoid.
Okay.
I love Paranoid because the history behind the production, especially because originally it was supposed to be War Pigs, the name of the album. It was supposed to be War Pigs, but then they just we need one more track, and they basically improved Paranoid.
Really?
Yeah.
This is you're talking. It's back in the 70s, right?
70s, yeah.
No, wait. They improv the most famous song. One of the most famous songs of the band, too.
I mean, one of the most famous songs of rock history.
It's true, not only the band, yeah.
And when you stop to check the songs, it makes sense because all of the songs are slow. Mm-hmm. They are all slow and long. I mean, Fairies Are Boots, Our Man, War Pigs itself.
It's true. This one is like 3.5 minutes, maybe something like that. True. 2:50,
something like that.
Damn, man. But I don't know. I talked this with Pedro, by the way, that it is very difficult to do something simple, like simple and catchy, when you are creating music. Because, for example, if you just put a lot of random elements, eventually we'll come up with something. Okay, I have a song here. But to do something precise, the intro is cool, the melody is nice, you are not just saying random gibberish, but something that touches people when they listen, it's very tough. That's maybe the differential of this big artist, So is Black Sabbath like your top one favorite band?
Not my top one favorite band. I have categories and they don't necessarily match.
Okay,
that's interesting. Like, I would say I don't have a single favorite band anymore. I have my faces and I respect my faces, especially in retrospective. For a time it was Iron Maiden, then it was Slipknot, then it was Motorhead.
Oh,
I don't know how
nice.
It's interesting how I went to something more modern and then I returned to
back to the roots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nice.
There was a time when I was 15 years old. I got mad for whatever reason for modern metal, and
you were a teenager.
I was a trashy guy, trashy deaf guy.
Yeah, we get sick of it. Now I don't know if is your Spotify like this? Like you are listening to Duality from Slipknot, and then Paranoid.
For sure,
and then I don't know Evidences.
For sure, yeah.
DGA,
This is my relation now with rock.
It's a peaceful life, huh, Luís?
It is a peaceful life. Yeah.
Come on.
I don't have a band that I strongly dislike anymore. I have bands I don't listen. Simple like that.
You mentioned Iron Maiden. Why the fuck they asked 𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗵 to go there? Every time I have a Maiden fan, I need to have this conversation. It doesn't make any sense. When Bruce Dickinson left, okay, they could have had any singer. It was, I don't know, one of the biggest bands in the world. And I don't have anything against the guy, Blaze Bayley. I actually like the X Factor and Virtual 11, I think.
I like his solo career.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit Iron Maiden. What do you think? They wanted something different? Was just to shock the fans?
Nice. I mean, in the end, we need to check the... How can I say? We wouldn't... I don't know the history. I don't know if there were other vocalists that they would like.
There is a rumor that even André Matos, tried to audition.
That would fit more considering Bruce.
You think, man? Because Maiden fans it's like almost a religion. His voice is very high pitched, yes. But the technique is they will maybe say, this fairy singer, what is he doing here?
I think it's something similar to the vibes of Linkin Park. I think, she doesn't sound... People will obviously say she doesn't sound like Chester. Of course not.
It's a different person.
But what really matters is it sounds like Linkin Park.
I agree with you, yeah. And she, as far as I can tell, she's doing a good job, right?
I liked a lot her songs.
She's doing a good job. And I think it was very clever to find a woman that could sing with this rasp thing like Chester used to do, because it's not on the limit every time, and it's not somebody to be Chester. She has when I listened the first time, it reminds me of another band that is Hailstorm with a...
I'm aware.
She's amazing too. too, you know, that singer. It was clever, and it's nice to see them having concerts again.
For
you know?
sure.
Yeah, not only for the memes, but you know, it's nice. It's a nice band. Okay, let's do the Maria Gabriela. We're already running out of time. Damn. Okay, I have a couple of Maria Gabriela questions here. First, you could bring you are a necromancer of rock and roll. You can bring back one of the big stars from anyone, from Freddie Mercury or Chuck Berry, whoever you want, you can bring back. Who would you bring back?
I think I would bring back Gio.
Okay, nice one. But would would you bring him back old, but like 60s, 70s? Healthy, of course. That would be very be an asshole.
would be pointless.
Here, Jill. No, not like that. Or a younger Jill.
Oh, this is a very nice question.
Because it's different, right? Throughout his career.
Because when he of course, he wasn't young, but he still died young, if that makes sense. So
it was what, 50 something? 60?
Yeah, it wasn't old, not very old, especially for today's standards. So I would still bring him up to see, even to live a normal life without his disease.
That would be nice. He's one of the biggest, greatest singers, especially in metal. Very nice technique, very amazing. Okay, if you could jam with one of any rock star, who would you like to play together?
Play with any rock star?
Yeah. Or maybe join in a tour, you know, play together in the band during a tour.
This is also a very nice question. Probably Motorhead. I would say. Let me just sing.
Drink whiskey, drink Jack and Coke and sing. Yeah. Lemmy was a funny character too, right? Like,
he was.
There are a lot of stories. Some pictures that with very short jeans and causing problem in the hotel. One of the questions I saved the best for the end, man, is like the challenges that we have today to keep a rock band alive. What would you say?
Sure.
People that are watching us and would like to be in a band, or I don't know, and what are the things they have to prepare to? You find the guys, you do your stuff, you go to concerts. What are the challenges and what should we do?
I think that nowadays, first of all, and the most important part, internal consistency.
Okay.
Like between the members, they should be very clear what the objective of the band is. If the objectives are aligned, and so on. These are definitely important things. First of all, the internal cohesion. And then, well, once they have established what their objectives with the band is, then you start to practice, to rehearse with a certain consistency. Consistency is definitely the more important. It doesn't need to be all the time, because nowadays, if you have a band, if you're starting a band, probably you have other things to do, right? Everybody has, so respect that and keep this consistency. That's okay. I have already had bands that I could rehearse only like once in every 2 weeks, and we had shows and it worked out. It wasn't an issue, because we also did, of course, our homework. It was basically a cover band. It was a cover band, an 80s cover band. I talked about this band already, Sweet Satisfaction. By the title, the name of the band is a reference to a Whitesnake song, Ready and Reeling. And I liked a lot this band. The proposal was like, let's take everything from the 60s to the 80s and do a big mismatch in every song.
Man, it's a very nice idea, especially it's easier to find gigs, places to play. The rock bars, they love this type of bands. Because you entertain a lot of different audiences, people sing together, too. It's nice.
But coming back to the question, definitely internal cohesion, this discipline, and
always rehearse with consistency, and then finding out places to play.
Okay. Internet helps a little bit now
It
with
helps
this.
a lot.
Okay. Which underrated rock band do you think deserves more attention? Like a band that is awesome, but it's not there yet, and people should know about it.
Underrated. I think it's less about a matter of being underrated, and I will go to people don't know enough, and I like this band a lot. I'm going to have your territory here. There's a band that I like a lot.
Don't say BTS, please, because I'll stop joking with this. Okay, I'll stop.
I would say a band I like a lot called Imperial Triumphant.
Imperial Triumphant. I don't know if I know this one.
Essentially, they mix without the poor production. They mix black metal with jazz.
Oh, without the poor production is nice. It's a nice intro.
Yes.
Because it's one of the big problem with a lot of these bands, right? Like it's just it's difficult to understand what is going on there. It's a lot of
Exactly, and like they have a whole aesthetic. Like they play with masks. They are one of those bands that play with masks. However, it's like a mask of. They are golden masks, and the aesthetic I will reference a very old movie. The movie is already more than 100 years old. Metropolis.
Okay, wait. Metropolis, the one that
is about a futuristic city.
I saw it's a black and white movie.
Exactly.
I saw this at the university, man, in one of the classes.
The aesthetic is essentially that Metropolis. By the way, think like that. The experience you have, not with all the songs they have, but in one of the albums, is essentially urban chaos in the instruments.
Man, that's
when you
interesting.
listen to that, you feel urban chaos in the instrumentality of the band.
Black metal, what's the name again?
Imperial with Imperial Triumphant.
Imperial Triumphant. Oh boy, I have time for one question, Luís. We have some good stuff here to end. Let me think. Okay, you already mentioned where they can find your band. Say that again. Where they can find your bands and your material.
You can find on Spotify. We have also our YouTube channel with already 2 video clips of new songs. And our Instagram page.
Okay, which is the name?
9 lives left.
9
Very straightforward this time.
lives left. Perfect. Okay. Final question for you today. If you had to convince somebody, you're introducing someone to rock and roll, it cannot be Paranoid, okay? It has to be another one.
Sure.
Which song would you show, or which band and why? Or maybe a video, a moment?
Very, very nice question. I would introduce them to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Okay.
Any album, because they have a lot of albums.
Nice. I always think, that moment, there is a moment with Freddie Mercury doing the and everyone, That would be nice.
Although this is very singular, I think that King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is more of an average thing that will call attention.
Okay.
And I have an idea, actually. I have a specific material. Their live performances, because they have 2 drummers.
Oh,
they have 2 drummers and they play like one in front of the other, and they have to be coordinated.
I have to see this, man. I've never seen this. Okay, Luís, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, second time I talk to you, and I'll say the same thing. I need to go back to music. It's very nice, man. Final message to everyone watching us.
Final message.
Yeah.
Sure. Please follow my band. And I have a final trivia.
Okay.
Coincidentally, when we started to talk about Burzum, you also talked about Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Did you know Burzum is the name Burzum came from Lord of the Rings?
It's one of the fortress, I guess.
I don't know if I forgot about that, but I know that in the dwarf language, it is just simply the word for darkness.
Nice. This I didn't know. I saw another black metal band is Morgoth something. This type of yeah.
There's a
Lord
band
of the
called-
Rings is great. Go there.
And also Azagao.
yeah.
Is another black metal band with Azagao was one of the dwarves from the old era within the books. So yeah.
Nice, man. You can come here next time you record another album or whatever time you want to come here, man. It's open to you. Thank you so much. And guys, don't forget, go to his page, 9 lives left.
Yes.
9 lives left. Don't forget to comment, send this to someone. This episode is going to be on Spotify tomorrow. And next week, we go back to Wednesday, okay? Same time, everything normal. See you there. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.